560600973 being the number. Christopher in Liverpool, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi.
Now then.
Yeah, I'm just ringing up. I'd like to talk about the EDF, getting them back.
The EDF?
Yeah.
Which is the English Defence League?
Yeah, sorry, EDL, sorry, yeah.
Right. Yeah, the EDL. That'd make more sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, what do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I mean, they can call upon kind of over 9,000 people to march and to, stop people from kind of expressing their freedom on the street. Now, these are the people who kind of bang on about, the Second World War and how, if Hitler got in, he would have, banhammered out everyone from having kind of freedom of expression.
Do they? Let me ask you, how do you know this? Because I don't know anyone who's a proud member of the EDL. I had a little look at their website before. I couldn't really work out, with the best will in the world, what they were all about. So, how do you know this? Have you spoken to them?
Well, I'm quite left-wing myself, and
okay.
I mean, I do go quite kind of internet savvy, and I do kind of troll kind of their website. I go on their website to see what they're doing.
Wait a minute. Tell London what a troll is, Christopher.
A troll's someone who kind of he does it for the lulz. Basically, it's essentially he kind of goes on.
Does it for the lulz? Slow down. Yeah. You're going to have to explain your terms here. A troll is someone who winds people up on forums, right?
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for the lulz, you're doing it for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, it's with them. I think it's best to kind of ridicule them because it's the same way kind of the Labour Party wouldn't have.
So what do you say when you go on their website? What exactly do you say to wind them up?
Yeah, I mean, it's a case of saying to them, you take their logic and you twist it slightly. So then it seems like they don't even realise that they're being trolled. It's you make out how ridiculous they are about, kind of, there's that old kind of copy pasta of it being you can have, the Englishman, he lives in his home built by Polish people. He drives his Swedish car and eats his kind of Indian curry. It's about that. It's, we are a nation of mongrels, and they should accept it and let people express their own freedoms without getting banned.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I was listening to Nick Abbott before, and he was getting people to sum up what Britishness was. And right at the beginning, he mentioned that people were having difficulty summing up what Britishness really is. And I think perhaps the reason for that is because a lot of people who are genuinely patriotic are kind of a bit embarrassed about being patriotic. And anyone who is waving a flag and, being all singing the national anthem and so on and so forth, I don't think they're being very British, Christopher. I don't think that's the way we do things. We're quite understated.
No, exactly. I mean, we're not kind of the people, if you compare us to kind of the USA, I don't want to get into the whole kind of America versus kind of Britain debate because that can just go on and on. But, I mean...
Hey, nothing wrong with that. We're on air till 5.
Yeah, well, that may be later, but, I mean, we never said kind of pools closed to anybody. We never stopped people kind of, based on the colour of the skin, whether they can go swimming or not, or things like that. As a nation, we are more tolerant. But I think these people should accept it. The pool's open for everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Christopher, because the whole flag-waving thing, that's a very American attitude to life, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas we're far more reserved, and yeah,
we're a lot cooler than that.
Yeah, exactly. We are cool, and I think they should accept that. And it's a little bit embarrassing to kind of see middle-aged men kind of on the streets, kind of stopping kind of young kind of Muslims or young Jews or anybody doing what they want. So, yeah. And
overall, Christopher, I'll go you one further. I think actually, you could describe us as being more cool, or you could describe us as being more arrogant. There's kind of an underlined belief that I don't think any of us really ever challenge, so we don't really need to display it, that we're the best in the world.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to kind of give people up or let them down or anything like that.
Someone who's waving a flag, there's a sort of insecurity to that, isn't there? There's a feeling that maybe there was some sort of doubt that their country was the best in the world, whereas we don't even doubt it.
Exactly. I mean, we are the best, but that's kind of...
So let me ask you this. If it was the case that you were looking for a house...
Yeah.
And... because I've had this happen, right? You're looking for a house... and you see one of those, St. George's flags hanging in the window of the house where you're looking to, on the street you're looking to buy a house on.
Yeah.
Does that put you off?
I mean, Not necessarily. I mean, that would be the same way as them if they're looking for a house and they kind of see an Asian family. Would that put them off? I don't want to lower myself to kind of their level. I mean,
I already have done, because when I saw my would-be next-door neighbours had all this kind of bunting and loads of flags everywhere, and it is prejudice. I just thought, oh no, I don't want all that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you do that, then you've lost the game, and and they've won, and you can't lose the game.
Oh, listen, I lose. I'm constantly losing games. In fact, I've just lost right now.
Right.
Christopher, thanks for that. Great call. First call as well. Christopher in Liverpool. 0845 6060 973. That's the phone number, and that's a vote for left wing.